said, I had numerous aha moments, and I think I even had more this time than I did at my first one, and I thought my first one blew me away. St. Louis, one big thing that stands out in my mind is there was a girl, Ashley Sinclair, who is an ambassador at Diamond, said, you know what, I'm changing my business. She's been doing this for a couple of years, and she said, I'm changing my business in the way that I reach out to potentials. She's like, I used to send someone on Facebook going, who would be good at this business, a big one thing.
I was going to say.
It's literally what I changed on Saturday night, and I have 12 potentials that have contacted me in 36 hours. So I sent messages to people who I had thought of in the past, but I was too chicken to kind of be like, I really think that this would be a great step for you. But what Ashley said that she did, and she's like, instead of just sending a message of like, hi, my name's Ashley, I sell these wraps, I think you'd be really great. She said, I sent a message out to them, hi, my name's Ashley, your kids are so cute, you know, these are, you know, friends or things like that that she's with on Facebook, and she said, every time I get my It Works paycheck, I think of you. And I was like, that, if I heard that, that would make me want to know more. And there are so many people.
I said I used it already.
Yeah, I did too. But there are so many people
worked.
when I see my paycheck that I go to my girlfriends and I'm like, you need to sell this. I know you have 2 little kids that you're sending to school. You need to do this. This is too good. So that was the little aha moment that I took from. I went home on Saturday night. I literally messaged people and was like, this is who I'm thinking of every time. And yeah, in 36 hours, 12 new potentials. So.
It just doesn't hurt to ask.
Mm-hmm.
No,
the answer is always no if you don't ask.
Yeah.
But I want to add to what Ashley said. She texted one of her friends and said, I'm going to make $1 million. Are you going to do it with me or not? I mean, just be straight up and blunt about it. But another one I wanted to add was, it might have been Ashley. Ashley got it from Mike. And she said, it is not about the push, it is about the pull. Do not push people into your business. Do not beg people to be in your business, because the people that you push and the people that you beg, they're going to fizzle off, and they're not going to help you. They're not going to be a part of your team. Pull people into your business because you want them there, they want to be there, they want to make money, they want to help people. Just period, bottom line. Don't push people into it. Don't beg them into it.
And by pulling, you are pulling them by showing them your lifestyle.
Yeah, your freedoms and what it has done for you. There was another one I wanted to add.
I'm going to add one more little thing on that.
Are you guys going to use them all?
I'm
I'm
just adding on the pulling and
there's
pushing.
that one.
The whole pulling and pushing, yes, you pull people into your team and into your group for a reason. And if you don't believe in things happen for a reason, then this might not be the business for you either, because things
people
happen.
are placed in your direction, in your
path.
Yeah, for a reason. They really are.
I was introduced to this before I signed up with the person I signed up with, and had I not done it with that person on that moment, she asked me, she came to my salon, she asked me, and I said, yes, I'm doing it right now. I'll do it, I'll sell it right now. I've already tried the product, I love it. It's done. I was the easiest distributor to sell because I already knew I wanted to do this. Had I signed up with someone else who introduced me weeks before that, I wouldn't be on this team. I wouldn't be with these people. So know that too, that there are certain reasons why people kind of fall into your team.
I could keep going with more.
I'll stop now. I'll
go.
just sit over here and thanks.
I had a few aha moments, and we kind of already talked about the families and why we think the company's not going anywhere, and that was a big one for me. But honestly, like I grew as a person, like to go. I was up on stage twice in front of thousands of people.
4,000.
Thousands of people up on stage twice telling my story. Never, ever, ever thought I could have done that, ever. And I did. And I did it twice.
And she did great.
I have gotten so many messages from random people. Random, complete, like, I don't know them, and just saying how I've helped them. And that reminds me of exactly why I'm doing this business. I'm doing this business to help other people. And that was a huge aha moment for me. But it was also Friday night, us four were out to dinner, and we were talking about our goals and our dreams and what we had hoped to achieve. And that the first time I had ever said ambassador was Friday night. And that was the first time that I ever even thought it was even possible. So
Put your goals out there.
That was-
even if it's
that was
crazy, put them out
huge.
there.
for me. So that was me. Jess, you were.
Everybody has a journey. Everybody's in this for a reason, and you cannot compare yourself. Like, my journey is not the same as Alicia's, as Crystal's, as Chrissy's. Like, my journey is my journey. And you can't compare yourself to others and be like, oh, well, I didn't go diamond within 2 months. You know, some people it takes longer. And
It
that's
took me a
totally
while.
fine.
And I'm
Yeah.
still here though.
And you just have to make the choice that you're going to do it. You don't need your sponsor. You don't need anybody else. You just need you. And you need to be true to yourself and do it to help other people. It's not, for me, it's not so much about the paycheck, you know, it's not about the money, it's about helping others. So that was my big one.
So I have been to several corporate events, several small team meetings, and this is 11 months for me. And where I'm at is not where I thought I was going to be 11 months ago. After this weekend, I have done more work in the past 48 hours than I have done in the past 11 months. And they always say, and I'm like emotional about this, because doing this, everybody always says you're going to have a shift. There's going to be one moment where you're like, things just changed. And you think you're in it, and then all of a sudden, you're like, no, I haven't been doing anything. You know, I talk up the business, and, you know, I use the products, and I swear by the products. I know I feel like a different person using the products for the last 11 months. But being in the business and wanting this as bad as I know I have deeply wanted it, I have not. It's crazy. I came home and I looked at my husband and I said, you better step up around the house, because I'm, you know, it's on. I got work to do. I'll be on my laptop. Leave me alone if my earbuds are in, which means I'm listening to a call from one person or another or whatever. I'm not here. So it's really stepping up, and it changes. I can tell you from 3 days ago, I'm totally different about this business. And one day you'll feel it, and let it ride at that point. I don't know, it feels pretty darn good right there.
Compared to the stories and what you see and what you hear and what you learn from a boot camp. It truly, they'll tell you it changes your life, and it does. It truly changes your life, your outlook on every last bit of it. It gives you that want, that drive to not stop till you're at the top.
Yep,
Fills up a gas tank.
it does.
We talked about Ashley. She flat out said, she texted
I'm gonna
Shauna
make $1
and
million.
said, I'm going to make $1 million, you coming with me. We talked about that. What's really important is to, when you first sign on to this business, is to make a list of 100 people. Don't judge. Don't say, hey, they're going to be a loyal customer. Don't
And
say,
whenever
hey,
you
they're
like
gonna
go
be
to
a
the events,
distributor.
you'll see that you cannot prejudge
No.
people.
Oh, God, no.
Don't, if it's your grandma, if it's your sister, don't judge.
You cannot.
Anybody and everybody can do this business.
Amish
So,
people,
Just,
they're
yes.
prepared.
Yes, in green and black.
Yeah.
But they were in dresses, but they had green and black on. I was like, wow, look at some play.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome. Never would have
The
thought.
first day, all three of them walked out with bags
Yep.
full
Like
of
the Blitz
Blitz
cards.
gear. And
If
Blitz
I
cards.
was blitzed by an Amish woman, I might buy it. Like, I really might.
It wouldn't matter what was on that Blitz card. I think I need to buy it.
Yeah. So
Don't judge.
You know.
Just take your list and write down the first 100 people that you think of. You're going to use this list throughout your entire business. You're going to go to them and ask them to, either buy the product, sell the product, whatnot. They might say no, but that's okay. They might say not right now. Whether or not, you just keep working that list. So definitely start out with making your hundreds list. And a big thing that I think Ashley said that kind of stuck with me was, you get to choose who you work with.
Yeah, you want to
Like-
work with people you do want to work with.
Right,
I mean,
so-
you don't want to work with some Debbie Downer or.
Right. You get to pick those people, so Think about that too whenever you're making that list and asking people to join your business. Sorry, we already talked about the push, not the pull. You kind of touched base on the chicken list. Like, honestly, every single person in here can think of, oh my God, they would be so good at this business. They really need to, be a distributor. You think of that person, but you think that you can't approach them. They're not approachable. You're scared. You think they're going to say no. Whatever it might be, you have a chicken list because you're too chicken to ask.
And I just tackled mine yesterday.
And I messaged you guys because I was like, I'm marking off my chicken list. I was sending messages to.
And I can tell you guys, the girl who sold me, the girl who is my sponsor, had she not sat in my chair that night, had she not said, hey, and she was very timid about it, I'm selling these It Works body wraps. And I was like, oh yeah, I've tried it when I went to a party. I loved it. And she's like, oh. I'm like, sign me up right now. I'll be here. I'll sign up as a distributor. She had just signed up to be a distributor herself 2 days before that. And just nonchalantly said to her hairdresser, well, I'm selling these. And I was done. And I said, and I literally looked at her that night, I'm like, can you do it right now? Like, can I do it without foiling your hair? I mean, that's how I was. Had she not asked me, had she not told me, had she been too nervous to tell me that she was selling this, I never would have signed up to be her distributor.
You cannot be a secret agent with this. When you said that she said something to her hairdresser, I immediately thought of Renessa. Okay, so Renessa's up on stage.
Sorry, I'm already laughing.
Yeah, she is one of the top earners, and she says that she was just at her OBGYN last week. And she's up there, and she's got her legs spread, and she's up on stage in front of everybody. She's like, here I am laying at the doctor's office, and I'm like, y'all got any stretch mark cream here? That was her in. You got to tell them that you have these products.
Probably made an appointment with their doctor on
I was
Monday.
like, everyone's getting yearly checkups.
Yeah.
And she actually walked out of that appointment and wrapped the entire office, the staff, and had a business meeting with them.
You can't be a secret agent. If you're gonna sell them, let people know you sell them.
And we all got a hilarious laugh about it.
I mean,
Because she imitated it and everything.
No, the funniest part is the owner of the company, Mark, kind of just looks, and you can tell he's like, I don't even know what to do with it. This kid, like, the fact that she even said OBGYN in front of him, you could tell he was like, I don't even know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Another thing about Renessa, she's huge in social media. A big thing with that is do not, puke on people, and what I mean by that is don't ramble on with a paragraph that's that long. Just little tidbits. Just grab their attention.
Let me wrap you.
Just grab their attention. That's all you need. Don't overload people with info. But a big thing with Facebook is that you want to show people what you're doing and what it's doing for you. I just posted a picture of our house that we're building, and I've gotten a ton of response from that.
But she's not talking about her baby daddy mama drama.
Yeah, all that. So, sorry. Oh, this was a really good one too. Renessa had said, become what people need. If someone has lost their job and they ask you, okay, what do you do? I'm someone who helps people who just lost their job make more money. If someone is crying underneath their desk at work, what are you? I'm someone who helps people not cry under their desk at work. Be what people need you to be.
And I like, in going with that, you can't just say the words. There has to be heartfelt behind that. If you know that someone needs that, then be that for them. Don't say, I'm going to make you $1 million, and then say, see ya, good luck. Let me know when you get your bonuses. You have to, if you're going to do something like this, you have to want to truly help people and truly be that person who gives them that, helps them with that job. And they'll feel that, and when they feel that, that's you believing in them until they can believe in themselves.
There's a difference in being a sponsor and being a recruiter, and you want to actually sponsor people. We have a concept called Blitzing, and so hand me a Blitz card. So this is a Blitz card. So we use this basically as our business card, but we leave them everywhere. You hand them to everybody. The
You
only
can blitz Nick right now if you want to.
It is the guys one too.
Yeah.
and the only thing I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna do what Renessa does. Renessa goes up to people and say, "Hey, I got something for that." Like, I ain't about to do that. But
Does she really? Does she really do that?
Yes.
She grabs people's love handles.
Yeah.
hey, I got something for that. Okay, but so we use this, and
The
the
same
only
girl
thing
that
you really
blitzed her
say is this
OBGYN.
is what it is, and this is what it does. Okay, so there you go. There's X. Okay, but so I talked
I got a
about the
question on that
concept.
because I want to do this.
Yeah, Nick's
Okay.
my blitzing.
What happens whenever somebody's like, "Oh, so you're saying I'm fat"? What do you?
No,
how do you respond to that?
No, but everybody else wants it. I got a great product that everybody wants. I thought maybe you would too.
Not everyone needs it,
But everyone wants it.
Yeah. Not saying you need it, but everyone wants it. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
That's where my.
And that's a big thing with
That's a
guys.
fear
Guys
for
are
me.
afraid that if I give,
Derek's overcome that though. He's been pretty good.
yeah, you gotta come back. No, but everybody wants it. So.
Especially when you blitz a girl.
Well, that's
Just
what
be
I'm
like,
saying.
my wife likes it.
Yeah.
Or my wife is just
No.
making me hand out 10 of these a day.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's good too. That's
Always
good too.
place blame. So my family and I were just coming back from Florida this weekend, Saturday. I love driving 12 hours, but we stopped somewhere I think was Mississippi. I really don't know because I was kind of in a sleep, faking it, whatever.
Yeah.
But we get into the bathroom of this really awesomely dirty gas station. We walk in and my sister's like, kind of giving that look because she's a little odd anyway. And I'm like, did you take your meds today there, Tay? Because what are you doing? There's a ceiling there. And she's like, no, nothing. I just got to pee. So she went to the bathroom, came back out, and I'm like, what the hell is your problem? Like, really? I know you're expecting now, but that's not an excuse yet. You're only 3 months in. Like, that's not cool. I go to wash my hands. There's freaking Blitz cars right there. I'm like, mother F, why didn't you just tell me? She's like, well, I just wanted to see if you'd see it. Well, of course I'm going to see them. It's a white wall, and then there's a big black and green car.
Yes, you leave them everywhere.
yeah. My
Go
husband,
eat at a restaurant, leave them on the table.
my husband works for Aflac, and so he's in and out of business all day long. And he's constantly taking pictures, sending it to me. They've been blitzed already. Or like in somebody's car or whatever. Somebody's already been here.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, babe. And really do your research. Google it. Google it works blitzing. I mean, I do not come
Have
up
fun
with
with
great
it, though.
ideas. Other people come up with some fantastic ideas. I mean, you
These
know,
are good ones.
yeah. So do your research on that. That's something that, as a sponsor, we can't give you all the answers. You got to take the initiative and
We
find
go
some
into
creative ways.
Pennies and go through the Spanx section and
Heck
stick
yeah.
them in
Yes, I've seen
Spanx.
those.
I don't know how many times we've done that.
Yeah. So on with the blitzing ideas.
Sorry. I'm laughing.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you're hot.
She did blitz last
One-
night at the gym.
One
Kylie
thing I
did.
will say that because I finally got an it-work shirt and I wore it today for
Huge.
the first time, and I've been in this office I don't know how many times the original next door, but the minute I walked in, they saw the shirt and they started asking me questions about it. It's
That's one thing. Okay, one of two things that I think you need to start this business: a shirt and the Blitz cards. That's it.
And he had a nice one that looked like that. That was It Works. And I got him one when we were at Bootcamp that says "Get ripped, get wrapped," or "Get wrapped,
That
get
one
ripped."
gets a lot of attention.
And it
Derek
was,
wears
it's a t-shirt, but it's got a little bit more color on it, and that's what got people asking. It wasn't the green polo that was, it was, yeah, just buy a t-shirt that says these things. What does no excuses mean? What is this,
Right.
you know?
But then on the back,
And on
it's
the back,
huge.
that
It
was
says, "Have you
good.
tried that crazy wrap?"
Blitzing, and she talked about going into businesses in downtown, like Washington D.C. So they call it building blitzing.
Yeah,
Something
business
like that.
building blitzing, yeah.
So what she says is they go and they talk to like the gatekeeper, and they tell them that it's Customer Appreciation Week, and that they have these Blitz cards that they want them to leave for their customers, which is genius. You go on there every week. Hey, it's Customer Appreciation Week. We wanted to give these coupons to you to hand to your customers. They don't really need to know that it's not Customer Appreciation Week
Or that it is every week.
week. You know, they don't even
Apartment
know.
tenants, like that's a great idea. When I was like, apartment buildings, I love that. Like,
Yeah. So yeah, she just says that just ask them to hand them out to their tenants. And again, you could do that in a salon. You could do that at a nail salon. You could do that anywhere. Just go in anywhere and say, hey, it's Customer Appreciation Week. I'd like to leave these coupons for you to hand out to your. Don't ever think your market is saturated. I've said this 1,000 times, but there are 3.18 billion
Yeah.
billion
Yeah.
people in the U.S. Okay, we have 70,000 distributor checks paid out last month. That is 0.2% of the population. But that's just the U.S. We are a global company and plan to expand to 8 to 11 new countries in the next month or two.
And they have to sign up from someone.
Yes.
They have to find someone.
There are
They can't just sign up.
3 ambassador diamonds within 20 minutes of each other in Michigan, and I have 2 people now in Michigan who have never even heard of it.
And I had one email me this weekend from Lansing, Michigan, not too far from where the rest of them
And that's
are.
where the company
And
started.
he has never heard of It Works before, ever.
You guys are sisters.
And it's guy.
I mean,
We're
you've
the same
gone.
kind
You
of
guys,
are?
yeah. You know. I'm just gonna scoot in with the family too. No, but it really is. I mean, you just going back to that. I did a thing when they said that about 70,000 distributors. I think you had posted on the team page, and I said, I just want to peek and see. I googled network marketing and I googled how many distributors were in different companies. The only one that really stuck out to me because it was hard to find the info. Mary Kay has 3.6 million distributors. 70,000 distributors at It Works. I was like, this is why this is doing so well. This is why I'm making money. Because if I were to sell Mary Kay, think in your head how many people you know who sell Mary Kay, or who you know you could find from someone to buy something from Mary Kay. People can't do that. People don't even know about these wraps still. So if you get in with this now and people don't know about this yet, when they figure out that this company and what it does and what these products do in 2 years from now, think of where you're going to be at. Because the people that you signed and the loyal customers that you talk to are now talking to other people. You'll be driving the pink Cadillacs.
But like, I have a Blitz card set up on my mirror on my station in St. John, and I mean, we're both in St. John, and I'll have people sit down there like, what is that thing? There's no way that really does that. I'm like, really? So, I mean, they've never even heard of it before. They've never seen anything like that before.
Don't be afraid to say what you do. If you go into the doctor's office, or if you go into the dentist, or if you go have a baby, whatever it might be, if they ask you what you do, don't say, oh, I work at this bank, or I do this. Tell them, I sell body wraps, and I'm an entrepreneur. Introduce it. Like, just let them know what you do. You don't have to say, hey, I really work at this job. I mean, let them know that you have the body wraps.
I mean, body wraps are way cooler than corporate CPA.
Yeah.
Like,
Ain't that the truth?
So say, yeah, I sell these really awesome body wraps, but just go ahead and just put entrepreneur, is what one of the girls suggested. Do something every single day to build your business. Sometimes people don't even know what to do. Like, we had talked about this weekend. Like, you just don't know what to do sometimes. But just do something, whether it's read a book, whether it's contact 10 new people, whether it's go hand out 10 Blitz cards at the grocery store, or the wherever.
But
just
don't get
do
sucked
something.
into Facebook all day. I mean, Facebook is a huge tool, but you can't get sucked in on it.
Yes. If you aren't working, your team won't work. They'll follow your lead. What else? Sorry, you can pause it. A big thing, and we kind of touched base on a little bit on it earlier, is be a product of the product. Use the products that you'll have testimonies for the products. I can sell anybody a can of greens. I can sell anybody a bottle of Confianza. I'm sure you probably could too.
Yeah.
So be a product of the product, have your favorite product, and every single person that you come into contact and you talk with should be getting your favorite product.
just really fast, unless I promise to be super fast.
Go for it.
My husband can sell a bottle of defining gel like no one else. And how he sells the bottle of defining gel is by telling everyone how his wife's behind looks now versus whatever. And he does.
I've heard that
and
before,
he
and I
sells
got
it.
asked, have you not been using your defining gel lately? Actually, I haven't been, but thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you'd be surprised on how you can sell the product and who can sell the product. But
Mhm.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
also asked me if
That's
I've taken
what
my Confianza today. And I'm always like, yes. No, I didn't.
Luis is the formulator of the wrap. And this was another big aha moment, I think, for a few people this weekend was they talked about the wrap and how hard it is to make the wrap and how no matter how hard they try, there will probably never, ever be an imitator of our
People
wrap.
can try.
Just because of how hard it is to make. It's a cream inside a gel within a cream and a gel and like all this like stuff. So that's one thing that I think put a lot of people at ease is that we don't have to worry about we have this huge sizzle product that might be, imitated in a couple of months. Not gonna happen. They're gonna try, but they're not gonna get it.
There's
Speaking
people that claim that they can. But
Speaking of Luis, he's from Mexico City, by the way. So he's very hard to understand when you're in a room of 4,000 plus people. But there was one comment he made, and this was like a really good. This stuck out to me because I could actually understand what he was saying for the moment. But what he said was, we were all. I gotta think when this was. It was after he spoke with Pam, and they were the money comment, and everybody was getting together, and everybody's like screaming and shouting and having a good old time. And he made the comment that his aha moment for that day was that he has never seen money bring so many people together at so many different levels, and that everyone treated everybody like family. Because you're talking millionaires to people like us, and just seeing everybody together and how everybody cried for everybody and everybody cheered for everybody. I don't know how many times a husband was up on stage and started crying and the whole audience just like
Tyson
screamed
teared
and
up.
oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I knew he would. It was choking, that little lip was going.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go into like a next section, and basically this is like question and answer of like some of the top money earners in the company that were getting questions asked. And one of the questions was, what do you tell a new team member when they first sign up? So this would be for anybody new tonight. And Madra, which is my sponsor and our ambassador upline.
number 2 earner in the company.
Number 2 earner in the company, going Black Diamond this month, which Black Diamond is over $100,000 a month for 6 months in a row.
I thought it was 250.
100,000.
Oh, she's
100.
making well over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
she's
Mark
Oh, it's-
announced that Cammie and Major were making $250,000 a month.
Oh, but
But
it's only
all you need
100,000. All you need is
And
$100,000 a month.
here's the thing, let's
All
go
you
back
need.
to that just really fast, because this still blows my mind. Like, I still look at her, I'm like, you're making what in 1 month? She's been doing this business 2.5 years?
She started 2 months before me.
2 months before her, and she's making that kind of money. So these are not people who got into this 13 years ago. These are people who are making real money right now.
And
That's why they're
everyone
still
can do it.
texting each
They all
other.
started where you all are starting.
So Madra will tell them to go to their e-suite, skim the documents, shows how to enroll a new loyal customer or distributor, and they'll look at the steps to success. So basically what we looked at tonight, and then just kind of go over, make a post on Facebook. That was the very first thing that I did, and I had a waiting list a mile long of people that were wanting to try the wrap. So another thing that is important is how do you explain the loyal customer program? A lot of us get stuck in maybe use the wrong words on describing the loyal customer program. I think for me personally, the biggest thing is don't use the word commitment, don't use the word auto ship, and what else? What other word can you use? I don't know.
I don't know.
But Stephanie put, if you put in your first order for the wraps for $59, you just have to make 2 more orders of any product. So the next month you can order a bottle of Fat Fighters for $23. And Cammie's was good. She asked, so do you have a Costco or a Sam's, membership? What's really cool about it works is you get our membership. It costs $50, but if you say that you're going to go ahead and you're going to order at least one thing for 3 months, we're going to go ahead and waive that $50 membership for you for free, and then you're locked in for life to get that wholesale cost. So that's a good way to do it too. But just remember that people are afraid of commitment, so don't use the word commitment. We do want them to order one thing for 3 months in a row, but don't say commitment. People are afraid of commitment.
And keep up with your loyal customers. Don't just sign them and leave them. You're there to help them, so check up with them every month. You want them to be a customer for life for you.
Yeah. Another thing with the loyal customer program is you want people to know that they have complete control over what they order and they're able to track it. Hold on.
Going really quick back to that,
Go
just
for it.
Cammie said in Atlanta, which was a big aha moment for me, was she says 222. Follow the 3 2s when it comes to your loyal customers. Contact them 2 days after they become a loyal customer and just say, hey, thanks for signing up. I can't wait till you get your stuff. I hope we're all good. Your order's in. Contact them 2 weeks later. Just say, hey, I just want to make sure you got your order. How's everything going? How you liking the product? And then 2 months afterwards. And say, hey, you've been doing this for 2 months. How's it going? What are you thinking? Is everything okay? I still follow that. I still go into my e-suite and I check and see, okay, yep, she signed up in May, so her 2 months was July, so I'm going to go ahead and contact her and just see how she's doing. She still has another order on her auto shipment, but it just lets her know that she's not a sale. I mean, this isn't about me just, getting her reeled in to be a sale. This was about, wanting her to like these products. So.
A lot of people are going to ask this question. How do you sponsor and how do you find new people? One of the first things is we already talked about always have your shirt on. Whenever you're out in public, wear your shirt. People will ask you questions. But another big thing is, and Cammie, who is the top money income earner, had mentioned that her warm market didn't exist, meaning her family and her friends weren't on board, that they're still not on board. And some of us might not have that. Your warm market might not even be the place to start. But what's important and what worked for her is Facebook. Facebook is huge, and she said that the majority of her distributors do come from Facebook. It's a huge, huge network of people. You can find so many people on Facebook. We will have a training later on about Facebook and how to network your business page through that. So we'll go into a little bit more detail on that. But definitely don't be afraid that your warm market doesn't want it, maybe doesn't act like they want it, but there's plenty of people out there. How do you close? Maybe you have a potential distributor, and people want to know how to close with them. One of the suggestions was to hand them a pen and say, is today the day? Just hand them the pen, because when they have that pen in their hand, they feel like they need to do something with it. People have fears. People are going to say they're busy, but we're all busy. You just really have to make sure that your whys and the reason why you want to be in this business are stronger than your fears.
Was Mike Patella talks about build your own business, BYOB. And yes, I can want this for you, and I can give you all the information in the world, and I can be your biggest cheerleader, but I can't sign every distributor. Your sponsor can't do everything for you. But you have to build your business. And there comes a certain point where yes, you want it, and that's 50% of it. The other 50% is doing it, and it's getting over your chicken list. It's getting over realizing you don't have a warm market. You got to do it differently than I did it. You got to do it differently than the person next to you. But you have to build your own business in a sense. You rely on those, and you have us as team members to pick you up when you've had a bad day, because there's been numerous times that I set out what I do every month. When it's the first of the month, I say, this is my goal. August, I'm making diamond. There's no way around it. I'm making it. I'm doing it. And I believe that until this the last day of the month, and it doesn't happen. And even if I know that means I need 5 distributors by midnight tonight, until it is midnight, I believe it.
But she's going to work hard the first day, the 10th day, the 20th day, and the last day. You don't just work hard one day of the month.
And then on that last day, I'll text Alicia. I'll be like, hey, it didn't happen. I'm just going to turn my
And I'll
computer
tell
off.
her, you have your little pity party, you be sad for about 5 minutes, and you get over it.
And the thing is, I do that at midnight, and the next day is August 1st. And so I have a whole new playing field.
It's September 1st, actually.
Well, yeah, it's happening for August, and we're good, but I've had that where I thought it was June, and I have to build my own business, and now I'm looking at it, I'm going, well, did I blitz every day? No, I didn't blitz every day. Did I message something no, I didn't. So I have to build my own business too.
And Mike did mention momentum is much easier to steer than it is to start. So you're going to have to put a little bit more work up in the front. in the get-go, but once you get going, it's much, trust me, it is much, much easier to steer. He said, every single day you just want to do something, just duplicate, repetition, duplication, repetition,
And if you're stuck and something's not working, try something else, because it's obviously not working.
Not working yet.
Yeah.
Might work for you later.
And everyone has their own niche. I think that's a big thing that comes away from boot camp, because you'll hear these people. There were people out there who don't have a Facebook page, who built her business.
And she's a presidential.
Yeah, she has no Facebook page. You have to
She has no
find.
intentions of getting one.
Yeah, I mean,
How
you
crazy
have
is that?
to find your own thing. What works for
She
me is
worked
different.
her butt off. I mean,
Emailing. She
There
said,
is that is no excuses on that type of attitude. Like,
And she
got
said that
out
too.
there. Like, that is getting out there. That is talking to people. That is letting people know what you do. That is no excuses attitude. That's impressive.
It's an attitude to have.
There was a couple of stories that Cindy Pentecost, which is Mark's wife, talked about, and this is just the last of it, and then we'll kind of go to question and answer. But one of the stories that she interviewed was a lady who was a corporate attorney. Her and her husband had a combined income of over $140,000. Life seemed great to them. Life seemed great on the outside looking in. But they had a combined total of over $200,000 in debt. They were struggling. They had a baby on the way. They had no savings. She said she had to sell things on Craigslist. She sold her wedding ring. She sold, what else did she say she
The
sold?
wedding ring was the biggest.
Yeah.
That's the only thing she really said.
She
Yeah.
said, had to sell her wedding ring. She saw the post on Facebook. She said she wasn't about to tell her husband that she just spent $99 to buy the kit, but she did. And is now, where is she at?
She was triple, I thought.
Triple.
Yeah.
So,
Triple diamond, and triple diamond is $10,000.
$10,000 a month.
$10,000.
so those are the types of stories that you hear. Another one, when I was up on stage, was a news anchor.
Oh my goodness.
This lady was, okay, when you looked at her, you're like, oh my God, she looks like she'd be on TV. She was.
She walked up and I was like,
anchor.
she's a news anchor. And then she said that she was, I was like, that whole,
She looked like it. She was one
the way
for
she
20
stood
years,
and talked and.
And here I am having to go after her. I'm like, really? Like, you're used to talking in the camera for 20 years, so I gotta follow you?
Yeah.
But anyway, she, news anchor for 20 years, was tired of the job, tired of missing her son's football games, so she retired the day before she came to boot camp.
Yeah,
But her last official day would be like end of August,
Yeah.
end of September, between.
So
And
those
she's
are the-
presidential too? Yeah, she was the new presidential.
So those are the types of stories that you hear. But that's it on that. Did anybody have any questions? We didn't do training. I just wanted to do a recap of boot camp. We will do trainings in the future. These are going to be a monthly meeting / training.